Take a look at this. Forbes determines XRP is likely to be $60,000 in the constantly changing world of cryptocurrencies, where small changes can have a big impact on market sentiment. A recent mysterious Forbes story has caused a frenzy in the XRP community. This story boldly predicts a huge rise in the value of XRP, estimating it to be worth an amazing $59,472. This prediction is more likely to come true because two well-known AI chatbots, Google Bard AI and Microsoft's Bing, both confirmed that the story existed. Microsoft's Bing chatbot confirmed that Forbes did post an article called "The New Bitcoin is XRP," and it's headed to $59,472. This is what the whole thing is about. But Bing also said that Forbes quickly took down the story from its site soon after it was published, which led to a lot of debate and speculation among XRP fans. The reasons why the story was taken down are still unknown, which has led to a lot of speculation in the XRP community. Some say it was just a normal editorial choice, while others think it might have been because of legal or regulatory concerns that caused Forbes to take it down. Even though there are a lot of unknowns, the article's disappearance has only made people more interested in the expected XRP price rise. Giving a timeline to this story as it unfolds, Google Bard AI shared its thoughts on the saga. Bard agreed with Bing's claims and confirmed that Forbes did, in fact, post an article with that title on September 21, 2023. However, some people in the XRP community are still not sure if the release date is correct. Bard's account backed up his bold prediction that XRP would rise to $59,472 by pointing to things like the growing use of RippleNet, increased interest from institutional investors, and the generally good mood in the cryptocurrency market. Forbes hasn't said anything about it, but people in the crypto world have very different thoughts on the subject. Some people think the piece might have been wrong, while others say it didn't meet Forbes' high standards for quality writing. Bard's interesting revelation that the mysterious story was paid for by a crypto investment firm raised questions about its reliability and the company's real goals. With the judge's decision, the future of Ripple XRP is uncertain. The ongoing legal struggle between Ripple and the United States Securities and Exchange Commission has reached a critical point, as demonstrated by the regulatory agency's substantial filing. The final remedies reply brief from the SEC, along with supporting exhibits that were submitted under seal, is expected to be made public with redaction. Until then, the public will have to wait for the judge's ruling on the matter. The submission here is a significant development. Things that will happen in the next case. The next ruling will mostly center on the potential solutions put up by the SEC. One of these solutions could entail blocking specific Ripple sales, specifically those linked to institutional low liquidity transaction. It is crucial to determine whether a ruling on institutional sales would influence over the limit transactions, which might confirm Ripple's previous operations moving forward. It is expected that the ruling will shed light on the current situation with post-complaint sales of XRP, especially those involving Old Al, and it will also determine if the alleged violations of securities laws will lead to penalties or disgorgement. Legal experts are ready to provide their opinions on the different potential results of this verdict, but the outcome is yet unclear. Worries about the SEC's credibility based on the Howey test. The court determined that 3 out of 4 XRP sales formats did not meet the criteria to be considered cons, which raises concerns about the agency's capacity to successfully contest the default verdicts that they have previously failed to appeal. Algorithmic sales, also called programmatic sales, distribute XRP on digital asset trading platforms to Ripple employees and third parties, among other beneficiaries. XRP was sold on multiple digital asset trading platforms by executive Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larson. XRP does not necessarily meet the criteria of an investment contract, as emphasized in the court's summary opinion. Despite the SEC's accomplishment in securing a victory on institutional sales, the judgment included earlier transactions as well. In the matter of institutional sales, which included on-demand liquidity, all transactions, the Securities and Exchange Commission's rules prevailed, even though the court found that XRP does not meet the criteria for an investment contract. This ruling will have significant future implications. Meanwhile, it is expected that the final remedies reply brief and supporting exhibits, which were previously submitted under seal, will be made public in a version with redactions. The parties will then submit omnibus letter motions to seal any relevant materials to the case on May 13th. These documents are not yet available to the public. Please note that 202 additional submissions related to the ceiling will be submitted subsequent to that. Within 14 days of the court's decisions becoming public, they are expected to submit letter briefs opposing the omnibus motions to seal after 1 week has elapsed. Rumors have circulated regarding two possible outcomes related to the potential sanction. First, a relatively small fee, probably less than $50 million, and second, Ripple being granted permission to continue ODL sales. The official statement states that versions of all censored papers will be filed in the public domain. In contrast, renowned attorney Jeremy Hogan has expressed optimism regarding the likelihood of a settlement by summer of this year, asserting that Ripple and the SEC may come to an agreement for around $100 million amidst the ongoing legal battle between Ripple Labs and the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission. The claims made by the Securities and Exchange Commission regarding the alleged financial harm suffered by XRP investors have been exposed by a legal expert known as MetaMan on X. The court had previously ruled that Ripple's institutional sales of XRP were unregistered securities in July of last year, even though the court had previously acknowledged that XRP was not a security in and of itself throughout the remedies phase. The SEC has now submitted its final reply brief, and a judge's ruling is imminent. Investors have lost money due to Ripple's actions, according to the Security and Exchange Commission's principal argument. Research suggests, however, that the SEC's arguments may collapse under questioning. In response to the claim that there were no victims, CC's brief statement offers no new evidence. Lack of demotivation man of metal law, although Mark makes passing reference to a prior lawsuit, the SEC case, the reply brief advances no new or relevant points. Concerns the harm that Ripple has caused, including the claim that no victims have been identified and that no discouragement has been expressed. In their reply brief, SEC fails to offer any meaningful information. The SEC cites a ruling from district court that established that monetary harm was satisfied when a stock price was dropped. The Securities and Exchange Commission took a major hit to its aim on April 8, 2024, when the Second Circuit Court of Appeals ruled that the SEC cannot seek disgorgement from a seller if a buyer does not suffer any financial loss. Alternatively, the SEC cited a district court ruling in its reply brief during the remage phase of the Ripple litigation, which found that an unjustly inflated stock price meets the Piri harm criteria. The SEC argues that any institutional buyer that obtained a lower discount on XRP than other buyers effectively paid an inflated price, leading to financial loss. Despite investors' knowledge of the risks associated with cryptocurrency investments, this too wide interpretation seems to encompass any decline in XRP value, oblivious to the speculative nature of these transactions. The information on this page is not meant to be trading advice, and the site is not responsible for any investments that are made based on it. Before making any investment decisions, you should strongly consider doing your own research and talking to a professional who knows what they're talking about.